How's it going, everybody? CJ here. Back in another video. We got another first thoughts today. This one is on Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. Remember, if you guys enjoy my content, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like this video, comment down below if you're going to build Lathiel, and if you are, let me know what you're going to do with it. If there's any cool interactions I didn't think about, if there's any cool cards I didn't mention. Also, if you want to support the channel, if you want to buy any of the cards I talk about in this video, buy them through the TCG Player affiliate link down below. It helps the channel. Also, if you really want to support the channel, we have a Patreon. So that's down below. We got a shout out to Majora. We got a shout out to Jake. We got a shout out to Louie. Because they're the best. And we got a giveaway going on. If you want to win this playmat and be featured on an episode of CJDH, that's our gameplay series. We'll play it over Spell Table. All you got to do is check out the giveaway video, which is linked down below. It'll also be like right over here on the screen at the end of the video. And we are just going to hop into this right now. So Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. At the end of each turn, at the beginning of each end step, if you gain life that turn, you get to distribute counters on creatures, any creatures other than Lathiel, equal to the amount of life you gained. So it's going to be a life gain and counters deck. It's going to be kind of generic Selesnya, I guess, because a lot of Selesnya is like life gain counters or tokens. So yeah, we're going to hop into this. We're starting with the life gain stuff. So some cool interactions or good life gain cards. We're going to start off with Predator's Rapport. Gain life equal to the power and toughness combined of a creature. So you got a 5/5 in play, you get to gain 10 life and distribute 10 counters. If you put all 10 on that creature, suddenly you got a 15/15. That seems pretty good. You got Wall of Reverence at the end of the turn. You get to gain life equal to the toughness of a creature you control. So typically you're going to pick the greatest toughness. So, like with the Wall of Reverence, I believe it's a 1/6. So you're just automatically gaining 6 life. And distributing 6 counters and just making them bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, it's based on the power. So you're not going to do it on Wall of Reverence, but like it's still going to grow exponentially and very quickly. You got Beacon of Immortality, just double your life total. Say you have 40 life, suddenly you have 80, and you got a 40/40 in play. Disgusting. Heliod, just a good card to continue with the counters, continue with the life gain, give lifelink to your big creatures once you make big creatures. Beldar Sovereign, a good way to win the game. Same thing with like Test of Endurance, just easy win cons. You can even throw in like Sarah Ascendant because you're going to be keeping your life total healthy, and this will just be a 1-mana flying lifelink 6/6. Seems good. Archangel of Thune, another good card that's very synergistic. Whenever you gain life, you put counters on all the creatures you control. Authority of the Consuls, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, gain a life, and it enters tapped. Seems very solid in the deck. That way you're gaining life through everyone's turns. You got Dawn of Hope as a good card draw engine. Boon Reflection to double the amount of life you gain. Same thing with Rogue Faith Mender. You can use Well of Lost Dreams to draw a ton of cards. And basically every single Ajani can go in this deck because they're all either life gain based or counter based for the most part. So there's going to be some Ajanis on the screen right now. You can throw those in. Next up, we're going to talk about counter synergy cards. First off, I want to talk about Shalai. I mean, you can pay 6 mana to throw counters on everything, so it's just like a good countery card. Plus, it gives your stuff hexproof, which is nice. Felidar Retreat, another good way to just throw counters on everything, and also make tokens, and also just do everything. Felidar Retreat is just a very good card. Branching Evolution, double the number of counters you're putting on your stuff. Seems good. You can also use like Doubling Season. Doubling Season seems great because tokens are going to be a good part of this deck. Or it could be a strong theme to put into this deck. Same thing with like Parallel Lives, but that's less important because that doesn't affect counters. Counters is the big one. So Primal Vigor, that's a very good one in this deck. It also does both. You got Hardened Scales, which is pretty decent. There's a lot of counter cards. You also throw in like Abzan Falconer to give you stuff flying. You can throw Abzan Battle Priest to give yourself... Is that the trample one? I should have wrote that down. Abzan Battle Priest gives stuff lifelink, which is also very good because that means you're just going to be gaining more life and putting more counters on your stuff. Basically, every time a creature you control hits, if it has lifelink, then it doubles its power at the end of the turn. Tusk Guard Captain. I should have wrote this one down too, because I don't remember what it does. Oh, that's the trample one. It's like everything trample. Conclave Mentor, just adding counters. And then when that dies, you gain a ton of life. So that seems like a really sweet card in this deck, because you can throw counters on like crazy. As soon as it dies, you get to move, you get to gain that much life, and then throw all those counters onto something else. Seems good. And the Ozolith works similarly to that. You want to have the Ozolith in this deck. Armorcraft Judge lets you draw a bunch of cards. Bajri's Lieutenant lets you get zombies whenever a creature with a counter on it dies, so that's always good. You got Enduring Scale Lord, because it's going to get, and Wildwood Scourge, because those are just going to get big if you put counters on other things. Like, very, very big, very easily. It's just adding extra counters, basically. You got Sunscorch Regent, which whenever your opponent casts a spell, you get a counter on it and you gain a life. So, right? That's what it does? I'm pretty sure that's what it does. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, put a counter on it and you gain a life. Yeah. So, that means you also get another counter on it at the end of the turn. Seems very good. Seems very good. So, that's what I got written down for counter stuff. I mean, there's a lot of +1/+1 counter synergies and life gain synergies inside Selesnya colors. So these are just a few of the standouts to me. The ones that stood out to me. A good theme for this deck could be tokens. You got stuff like Daxos, Impassioned Orators, the Essence Warding, Soul's Attendant. All of those seem very good in that type of deck, because you have a lot of creatures entering, so you gain a lot of life. You can do like Tendershoot Dryad, you got Michaeloth, Avenger, Zendikar, all those make you a ton of tokens, that way you gain a ton of life. You can throw in like Anointed Procession, which is similar to like some of the other cards that I mentioned, just doubling up your tokens. You got Momentous Fall, which seems like a solid card. You sack a creature, draw a bunch of cards, gain a bunch of life, throw a bunch of counters on something. Crested Sunmare, whenever you gain life, you create a horse that's indestructible. Seems good. And Generous Patron. This card's really cool. So you can put counters on any creature. So you can turn those counters into card draw by putting them on your opponent's creatures. And that seems like, and you can draw as much as you want in your deck. If you throw like Solemnity, Kitchen Finks, and a Sack Outlet, you can gain infinite life and make your creatures infinitely big. And if you have Generous Patron in play, then you can also draw your entire deck if you want to. So it's a really cool little combo that you can do there. And yeah, that's what I've got for Lathiel the Bounteous Dawn. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember, comment down below if you're going to build Lathiel and if there's any cool cards I did not mention. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Patreon if you really want to support the channel. Down below if you can buy any of these cards, TCG Player affiliate link, and we got the giveaway going on. So if you want this playmat and to be featured on the channel in a gameplay video, just go to this video right here. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.